It's actually going to tell us which tests are actually the most predictive of how someone feels, functions, or survives in 20 years. So those are the core assays, but what our team is trying to do is to develop those more sensitive techniques which build on everything we were just talking about with my wearable digital health study. There's going to be a big focus. So there's 3 types of score that we're thinking about. There's the consensus-based score, which is the boring things which exist in longitudinal data sets, which we know we can do and we can implement now.
I just worry about the sensitivity with those.
The second score so I should say that my team is being led by Mike Snyder at Stanford and in partnership with David Furman at the Buck. And so we have a very huge computational effort. What that team is doing, and again, not something I knew a lot about before I started doing this project, and why it would be difficult, but they are ingesting and harmonizing data from over 20 longitudinal cohorts that have 20-year health outcomes. Obviously, not all of those cohorts have the same measures. They don't record it in the same way. It's a big task. I didn't appreciate it. So they take all of that in, and they are building an overall intrinsic capacity score that links functional assessments in the domains to those hard health outcomes. So it's actually going to tell us which tests are actually the most predictive of how someone feels, functions, or survives in 20 years from now.
So it's almost like a functional clock. Like if you're thinking about the way these other aging clocks are developed.
Right? Being tied to 20-year mortality, multimorbidity, and disability.
So you're picking the functional measurements that are most predictive for those outcomes.
Yes. So we have our consensus score, we have our data-driven intrinsic capacity score, and then we're developing a at-home intrinsic capacity assessment kit that will use wearable devices, targeted omic analysis, and then some next-gen like smartphone assessments, so some cognitive assessments, some video assessments of gait and movement, potentially some voice assessment, CGMs, and that will be giving us that sensitive, dynamic resolution